Nascimento, who goes lead leg. Well, anything can happen in a relay because it's about getting the baton round. But when you've got 3 100-meter champions in your team, you've got to put the stakes down as favourites. We'll talk about it more in just a second. Quick confirmation of one of the earlier results. Mondo Duplantis successfully defends his crown. It wasn't to be a world record, but we loved every second of it anyway. Obina upgrades bronze from last year to silver, and Marshall shares the podium with Chris Nielsen. Fabulous finish by the Australian and the American. Collet and Huang miss out on medals, but do go home with PBs. A successful title defence for Chase Ely. She was in the zone over 20 metres. Sarah Mitten with a brilliant silver, and Gong Li Zhao with her 8th successive shot put medal. I'm not sure that stat will ever be matched or beaten. Right, Dan O'Brien. We are neutral from a global perspective, of course, but we have to talk about the quality in the American team. World champion from Doha, Christian Coleman. World champion from Eugene, Fred Curley. Brandon Carnes on third leg. Noah Lyles, reigning world champion over 1 and 2 on the anchor leg. In terms of accolades, that's got to be just about the best team ever assembled.
Oh, very impressive. And what I like about this team, only 1 substitution for this American team. Not a lot of, you didn't have to do a lot of switching around. Noah Lyles just takes over the anchor position. But, you know, you got Christian Coleman starting. He had a great start in the semifinals. Fred Curley ran a nice straightaway on the back straight, and the Americans look good in that heat. But you add Noah Lyles now, he should be able to run anybody down, even given 1 step.
Great Britain have aspirations of a medal. Really good team. Azu, Hughes, Jamili round that second bend. Possibly past his best now, but a brilliant big stage performer. Was only thousandths of a second away from an Olympic bronze in the 200 in Rio. Italy have got the reigning Olympic champion, Lamont Jacobs, down the back straight. The Jamaicans have a brilliant team. Not necessarily the string of star names from yesteryear like a Safa Powell and Usain Bolt, but collectively they are a big force. Blake on the lead leg for them. Rowan Watson has been inspired this year, lowering his PB down into the 9.9s from mid-10s, taking the national title. Don't rule the South Africans out either. Maswanganyi on the lead leg for them. Simbine will be anchoring them home. They will be just in the lane inside the United States. But the Americans will be the favourite here. It's the penultimate act of drama on the penultimate night. The final of the men's 4x1 relay. Brazil in 2, France in 3, Great Britain 4, Italy, the reigning Olympic champions, in 5, Jamaica in 6, South Africa 7, USA 8, Japan in lane 9. The Americans are desperate to regain the crown they lost on the line to the Canadians in Eugene last year. It's a staggering lineup. Can they get the baton into the hands of Noah Lyles for the glorious hat-trick?
Set.
What a backdrop here in Budapest, and what a roar from this passionate crowd. Coleman's run a really good first bend there. Zarnell Hughes eating up the ground on the Olympic champion. Jacobs. Good running on the outside by Japan. It's pretty tight. Lyles will need a good leg here. Can he deliver? Was there ever any doubt? He promised 3, he's delivered 3. Italy take the silver, and it was tight on the... It's pretty tight. Lyles will need a good leg here. Can he deliver? Was there ever any doubt? He promised 3, he's delivered 3 this week. Line between Great Britain and Jamaica. this week has been about the man who promised a hat-trick. 2 of them he did on his own. 1, he needed his teammates. Noah Lyles has put sprinting front and centre on the global stage like probably only Usain Bolt has done before. Very, very rarely does someone promise 3 gold medals and actually deliver. He doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. The Italians are over the moon with the silver, and Jamaica did outdid Great Britain for the bronze. But this week belongs to one man, and his name is Noah Lyles.
Well, was there any doubt when Noah Lyles got the baton? Up 90 meters to go. He just had a little bit of edge on the field. Nobody was going to run him down. A world-leading time there, but an easy substitution for the United States to make from the semifinals, and they had a great lane. Those outside lanes have been producing just wonderful times in the 200 meters and these relays. The Italians come home strong for second place. What a matchup on that second leg. For Great Britain, it was Zarnell Hughes. Lamont Jacobs goes for the Italians. Oblique Seville for the Jamaicans. And Fred Curley. Christian Coleman ran up the back of Fred Curley. But I think it was the exchange between Fred Curley and Brandon Carnes that really gave the United States the lead.
Here they are. Yep.
Fred Curley missed it on the first go-around, but he left it there. Brandon Carnes found it. He accelerated away. It didn't really seem to matter much. What a great run for Brandon Carnes. We didn't see him in any of the individual events here at the championships.
Well, it wasn't the smoothest changeover, and he was under pressure, Noah Lyles, but he thrives on occasions like this. He thrives on nights like these. 3, I told you, and I've delivered. And he has. The United States anchored home by a pure showman who was never going to be denied his 3rd gold medal. A fabulous silver for the Olympic champions, Italy, and the Jamaicans won a tight battle for the bronze against Great Britain. It has been a blistering evening of temperatures and performances in Budapest. There's one race to come, and it's the women's 4x1. Switzerland on the outside. Frey running the second men for them. Excellent athlete. An excellent quartet from Great Britain. No Dina Asher-Smith, the 200-meter champion from Doha, but they'll be anchored home by Daryl Neita. Great Britain, bronze medals in the last 2 Olympic Games. It's a good team. And it's an absolutely brilliant team from Jamaica, the Olympic champions. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, one of the all-time greats down the back straight. Sharika Jackson on the anchor leg, the fastest living woman on earth, over 200 meters. And they will need to fly because the defending champions have got 4 of the very, very best. Tamari Davis, T.T. Terry, Gabby Thomas, a brilliant, brilliant medal for her in the 200. And Sha'Carri Richardson, gold in the 100, bronze in the 200. This is also a tremendous team from Côte d'Ivoire. Muriel Ahouredem on the lead leg. Tarlou down the back straight against Fraser-Pryce. Wow. Kabai and Kone. Could they become the first African team to get a women's 4x1 medal? They've got a great chance. Italy going 4. Kadari down the back straight. Watch that leg down the back straight. There'll be some absolutely monstrous performances. Pavesi brings them home. Italy in 4. Poland had a wobbly start. So they've got a yellow card. Hopefully that'll be an irrelevance. Oh, nicely rehearsed routine there. Svoboda anchors them on the right-hand side. No longer just the 60-meter runner who fades in the final 40. She's a regular sub-11 performer this year and would love to get down into those times with a flying start. Netherlands. Lieke Klaver on the back straight. Visser on the second bend. Sido on lead leg and Gia on anchor. That's a quality quartet from the Netherlands. They can't be ruled out of a medal. Germany on the inside. Watch for the fireworks round the second bend from Luckenkemper and Rebecca Haas anchoring them home. Dan, this is a thoroughly absorbing battle because United States are the defending champions, Jamaica are the Olympic champions, and both teams are absolutely stacked. Legends of the sport going toe-to-toe. Fraser-Price on the second leg for Jamaica. The Americans have got Gabby Thomas and Sha'Carri Richardson, and Côte d'Ivoire bidding for Africa's first medal. This is a truly compelling 4x1.
Well, it really is, and you have to go back to last year's World Championship. It was Abby Steiner on the second leg, and Twanisha Terry, she brought home the baton. She had a couple of steps on Shericka Jackson. Shericka Jackson just couldn't catch her. Jamaica's going to be out for redemption, but this is not the same U.S. team from last year. I think this is a better team, a U.S. team than last year. You put Sha'Carri Richardson and Gabby Thomas on this relay. Oh, goodness, this is a very good U.S. team.
Well, imagine the scenario of the 100-meter champion. There's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. She'll be on the back straight. So too will Marie-José Talu. Imagine the scenario of the 200-meter champion from Jamaica, Jackson, on anchor leg, side by side with Sha'Carri Richardson, the 100-meter champion for the United States. That would be some duel to the line. Here's hoping Jackson will believe this is going to be gold for the Olympic champions.
The Jamaicans look focused, serious. They weren't having a great time when they got introduced. You could see they are on a mission.
It's the kind of race that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand to attention. Gabby Thomas was mercurial in that 200 meters. Brilliant silver. Coming past the shoulder of Sha'Carri Richardson, who was in her lucky lane 9. She's not in lane 9 this time. She's in lane 6 on the anchor leg. Germany in 1, Netherlands 2, Poland 3, Italy 4, Côte d'Ivoire 5, bidding to become Africa's first nation on the podium in the women's 4x1. United States, the defending champions, in 6. Jamaica, the Olympic champions, in 7. Great Britain, medalists at the last 2 Olympic Games, in 8. Switzerland in lane 9. The curtain comes down on the penultimate night here in Budapest, and it could do so in spectacular fashion. This is the eagerly anticipated women's 4x100 meter World Championship final.
On your marks. Set.
What a long hold and what a sense of anticipation. One of the all-time great relay lineups. United States have started quickly. Watch for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price down the back straight. And Talu for Côte d'Ivoire. TT Terry flying round that bend. Oh, that's fallers there. I think it's the Ivory Coast. That's a huge shame for them. United States against Jamaica, side by side.
C'est fini.
The 100-meter champion against the 200-meter champion. Richardson, Jackson. She's closing, but not fast enough. It's gold for the Americans. Redemption. Redemption for the American team. Brilliant performance. Absolutely superb. They have done the double, and they've done it in spectacular style. They've rounded off the penultimate night exactly as they said they would. Richardson had too big a gap on Jackson. Great Britain, it looks like, have taken the bronze. Côte d'Ivoire's aspirations went crashing to the ground somewhere between the second and the third leg. Richardson had the gap, and she was not to be denied. A brilliant, brilliant brace of golds in the 4x1. She finishes as a two-time world champion. And how big a star is she going to be next year in the lead up to Paris?
And a championship record. Oh, this is the icing on the cake for Sha'Carri Richardson. But both the U.S. and the Jamaican team didn't have particularly great handoffs. It just was power versus power, pure speed against pure speed. Tamari Davis ran an outstanding first leg for the U.S. team, but she really ran up the backside of Twanisha Terry. Kellyanne Fraser-Price didn't run it exceptionally well. Second leg for Jamaica. And that handoff from Kellyanne Fraser-Price to Shashali Forbes, that was not great. Gabby did a great job on that turn for the U.S. team, and it gave Sha'Carri Richardson just the edge she needed to bring home the U.S. team. 2 steps removed, Shericka Jackson was not going to run down the world champion in the 100 meters.
It was relatively close, but there was just too much to do for Shericka Jackson. Richardson's face was a picture of concentration. Beautiful high knee lift, floating down the track, not to be denied. A golden finish to a golden night for the Americans. Yes, she roars. Yes, we're on top again. They were smarting that Jackson beat them both in the 200 meters. Thomas was second, Richardson was third. But the 100-meter champion has the last say in what has been one of the greatest weeks of female sprinting our sport has ever seen.
Well, there was no early celebration for Sha'Carri Richardson. And look at the concentration. And this is when Sha'Carri Richardson runs her best. She gets out front just a little bit, nice and relaxed. She's not bearing down. She's not trying to catch anybody. Doesn't feel any pressure to either side. But look at that celebration as soon as she hits the line. Everybody thought it might have been a fluke last season. They come back and do it again tonight.
How big a star is she going to be in America next year?
She's already a star, and what's amazing is I got a chance to see her in action live at the Texas Relays. There were young girls clamoring
Oh, les Ivoiriens sont
to
tombés.
get a look at Sha'Carri
Les Ivoiriens,
Richardson.
la
I think
finale.
she's so focused
En
on what
échangeant le
she's
bâton
doing,
mort.
she needs to stop and have a look around. She's
Maman,
influencing
c'est le lait.
all kinds. She's brought a lot of new viewership.
Elles sont tombées en échangeant le bâton. Alors que leur équipe était très bien. Toutes ces qualifiées sont
A
très
championship
bonnes.
record
Elles avaient une chance d'avoir une médaille, non?
for a team who were not to be
Je ne
denied.
sais pas. Peut-être les enfants, mais les
The Americans
pratiquement
won
pas.
the 100. The Jamaicans won the
Peut-être.
200.
Quelque chose arrive toujours.
Who took an incredible gold in one of the most fascinating two-team relays we've been looking forward to in recent years. It was the Olympic champions against the defending champions, with both quartets absolutely loaded with legends. Two of the best lineups we've ever seen for a women's 4x1.
Well, there were some rumblings about the U.S. team not getting along during relay camps, but they came together tonight when it counted the most.
USA the champions, Jamaica the silver, Great Britain the bronze, Cote d'Ivoire didn't finish, and the Netherlands also suffered the same fate. But all eyes were on the top two teams, who have delivered a wonderful, wonderful week of world-class sprinting. Well, I hope you've enjoyed tonight.